African Diaries, weekdays, 10 till midnight.
It is 38 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African Time. Robot Boy and Hlonipho with that one titled Lotto, and that alongside I Love Letu, PD Jokes and the Alpha Boys. Before that, we heard Kajanin taking us to Burundi with that one titled Bwana Che. If you've just joined us, welcome to it. African Diaries, Shayla Ndikumana keeping you company, and I'm with you all the way through to midnight in Central African Time. Now, listen, I told you that we are going to be getting the 411. Okay, if you're saying, Shayla, what? It's the 411. This is an opportunity to learn how to make money off social media. And we have an individual who has the prowess to be able to guide us through that. Now, from the comedy stage to the front rows of Fashion Week, from chart-ready tracks to brand campaigns for BMW, Coca-Cola, Puma, you name it, he has been. His name is Prince Dube, better known as PD Jokes, and is the definition of a 360 creative. He's proof that in today's social media landscape, your story can travel beyond borders, your style can disrupt industries, and your voice can reach global ears. Now, today we are diving into the opportunities that, of course, are shaping Africa's digital future and how you can position yourself to win in this world stage, or rather on this world stage. PD Jokes, welcome to African Diaries. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
I am fantastic. Listen, I was thinking about a few things, okay, for 10, 12, and 16 marks. So my producer was looking for music by you, right? And we were just talking about your tracks. And we thought that you would have picked another name, another alias for your music, you know? That because PD Jokes is highly affiliated with comedy, one would expect to hear some kind of comical influence over the music. Why did you stay with PD Jokes all over?
I just think PD Jokes just became a household brand. Didn't want to have different names. I mean, Robot Boy is not always being a robot, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, fair.
He does everything else, which is non-robotic. Does music, does comedy, does whatever he can. So I just stuck with the name because I just think it was on brand, and it stuck really well on social media and to my audience as well.
Speaking about household names, we posed the question to our cluster of audience, and we were asking them what makes you relevant, right? In this age where storytelling has become such a diverse thing to pursue. You can do it through radio, TV, social media. Listen, there are very many platforms that one can share their story. And sometimes we find redundance just on various platforms. What makes you stand out as an individual?
I wouldn't say because I'm funny, but I would leave the handsome to the side for another day. But I think in this industry today, it's mainly my consistency and just my ability to just adapt with the changing times. Because I come from an era where the social media space was just on the rise, and to still be there in its peak is something that I really cherish every day. And because I'm just like a teachable person, so like I said, I like to adapt with the trends, just find out what's out there, learn from the young, learn from the old, for the people who've done this before. So yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at, just consistency in what I do, and not failing at that.
PD Jokes, you're a comedian, a fashion figure, a musician, an MC. How do you turn these various skill sets into money-making machines?
Well, I think for me, it's about understanding the niche that I'm in, understanding my space and what sells out there. Everybody loves a good laugh, and me positioning myself in music, and comedy, and in fashion. It's just strategy-wise, and it's where also I'm comfortable, mainly because one of my most trending videos are when I'm doing comedy, and then with the music scene, it gets you in spaces that comedy wouldn't take you. So it's just about diversifying my portfolio and just spreading myself thin across the industry so that the brand is still sustainable.
That's fair. Speaking about brand, let's turn over to he, she, they listening. Yeah. They might want an opportunity to become this respectable brand. And it almost feels like the market is overly saturated. Everyone has told every story known to man, right?
Yeah.
If you scroll on TikTok, you'll hear the same story over and over again, just with a different face and a different voice. For somebody who is feeling as though these increases in social media platforms and this increase of the job market, I understand that it's increasing globally by 33%, isn't something they can pursue because they feel like the market is overly saturated, what would you say to them?
I would say to them, the market really can try and maybe set the trends, but one thing about myself that I always know is that my story is always unique. It's not the same as anybody's story. So as long as you're telling your story and you're being honest with who you are, I think people will receive you really well. So the market might change, but if you stay consistent in who you are, because we grow as individuals, we evolve on a daily. So what I believed in yesterday and what I thought yesterday might not be the same, but the values are still the same, and my story changes all the time. So I'll always have a story to tell.
And PD Jokes, how do you know what platform to target? Right, so it's one thing to say, I'm going to be a social media influencer. I'm going to be an influencer, or I'm going to put out content. I'm going to make money via social media through the streamline of content creation. How do you know what platform to pick? Are there specific niches for certain stories being told? Walk us through that.
I would say it's not really about knowing, but if you know very well that short form content does really well in terms of getting people exposure and getting people's faces out there. So I would just mainly focus on platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels and Facebook. All these platforms have got short form. I would say content that you can put up there. So that's the first thing to do. And then by simply Googling, as wonke umuntu unedatha, everybody's got data. Just go to Google and Google which app is used the most in the planet, and it'll definitely tell you that TikTok is the most used one. If you want to monetize, you can head on over to YouTube, head on over to Facebook, and then just take it from there. Because sometimes you just need to know that information so that it can guide you as to when and knowing what direction you wanna go into. So yeah, research, extensive research. Things are changing. There's AI now, so I
Yeah. Let's talk about your work with Oskido, right?
uh,
I was stunned. So I head over to TikTok and
yes.
I'm scrolling, and Oskido's wearing a wig and he's got a filter that has lipstick. And in my brain, I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? But the content is so catchy that you keep
Yeah.
on scrolling over the page and you want to know who this sister is and what she's going through. And she's always pregnant and she's fighting with people. There's a lot going on. I feel like that kind of branding is a very adventurous one. How do you, and I suppose because you've worked with him, I want to gauge what was it about his brand that you thought that this particular persona would work for him on social media?
I think it's also like it's for the person. He's quite a busy man and he does a lot of things. And I wouldn't say he's old, but he's definitely not young. So him just utilizing social media the way he does actually inspires me because it just goes to show that you as a brand you can't put a ceiling to yourself. So he wanted to be in the space, he wanted to be relevant, and he's somebody who enjoys doing these things. So his eagerness to do TikToks and have a persona is something that excites me all the time, and it's his ability and him wanting to do it. He's always excited. Hey, I want to assist. And also just a strategy because if you put something out there that a lot of women relate with, it's something beautiful to see that even him himself he knows certain things that I think women can relate to and just put him into that. We just came back now with another concept where we bring in Sis Judy as a pregnant person and just relates to the pregnant women out there. And it just looks cool, man, because one moment he's Oskido, killing it in the music space, being the godfather of music, and then next thing you know, he's just there fighting for TikTok sounds with content creators, and he is one. He gets content creator campaigns on top of all the money he has. That's what Oskido forced. Right?
Yeah. PD Jokes, I like this. This for me is very interesting. I want to know the inception point. Who came up with Sis Judy? Was it you? Was it Oskido?
Um, I would say we both came up with it, but it's an idea that he he drove, that we can do. Sometimes it's a bit tough, to pick what video would do well. So we have to stick on the trends. But it's definitely something that I would say we discussed together. But as soon as the idea was birthed, he was all for it.
If you've just joined us, it is 12 minutes before 11 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to African Diaries. We have an opportunity to sit down with none other than Prince Dube, better known as PD Jokes. He is, in actual fact, the definition of a 360 creative, dabbling in music, in comedy, in emceeing. And if anything, he's now fashioning himself as a brand strategist for individuals who are looking to thrive on social media platforms. And this is why we have called him to the fore to say, for those who are tuned in and are thinking to themselves, listen, this job market that's ever increasing by 33% globally, I want to partake. If you want to send through your questions concerning that, find us on WhatsApp, +27 6340 69126. Also, if you want to get to know PD Jokes a little better, you can send through a question. You're more than welcome to send through a voice note, in actual fact. Again, that number, +27 6340 69126. PD Jokes, I want to go into fashioning a brand, right? You said a few things. You said consistency, you said research, you said take advantage of AI, and of course making sure that you put your hands in all the baskets and sort of gauge what's important. That feels like external factors. I want to talk about internal. You see, Shayla, as is, cannot think of a sis Judy. Come hell or high water, I won't get there. Right? So some people feel as though that creative juice isn't necessarily their forte. How would you direct people of that caliber who are saying, listen, I want to make money off social media, but I don't know if I'm willing to dress like a man and put on little beards that I drew with my mascara stick or something like that, you know?
Look, you mentioned earlier about how much of stories are out there, how much of stories are being told. It's just about, I guess, what you bring to the thing. Look, what you bring to the table in a sense, you would say, like, if you think about, let's say you, right, you're trying to make it out on social media, and let's say you want to be a beauty content creator, right? And you're sitting there and you're looking at all types of beauty content creators. Some of them, they do that Get Ready With Me. Some of them tell stories, or they do makeup. You just have to, within that niche, sit down and think, what do I enjoy doing the most? You know what I'm saying? What's unique about my makeup, for example? And as soon as you find that relatability with people, it's obviously going to get monetized. It's going to get engagement. And since most platforms are monetized, it's really going to help you. And some of these things are natural. I just don't like to force sometimes, because sometimes we like to force or duplicate what another creator is doing, and say, oh, since Grace Mondlane is doing this, I'm going to do exactly like what she does. But there's really a fine line. The other day I was trying to, figure out what really trends out there, especially when coming to vlogs, like what makes vlogs work. I mean, if you notice that me and Mosquito have also a vlogging parts of our stuff, we had to jump on vlogs because people want to know. But what made our vlogs different is that it's the banter that me and him have on the voiceovers. Yes, everything is kept at the same. I might not be in the video, but when we do the voiceover for the vlogs, it's very unique. It's very special. It does a lot of engagement, and it's just, I would say, it's the first of its kind in SA, and people get to enjoy the same niche, the same type of vlog content, but it's just created different. So be the difference. Sometimes we just be the difference, I guess.
I hear you. I want to talk about phone quality. Listen, this is something that's highly contested, right? There's a certain phone, we don't want to mention brands but people believe that if I don't have this brand, I can't start content creation, okay? Because my picture quality is not a vibe. Okay, I'm not going to get that cinematic feel to the content that I want to capture. Is that a myth? Is it real?
To be honest, no, because I think what matters is what you're saying or what you're putting out there. Of course, you don't want a phone that's going to be like blurry with Vaseline. Now we can't see detail. It's not the vibe. But I think any phone, any cameras. When I started, for many years, I was using an old Apple iPhone, which was like the camera was smashed, glass was cracked, there was dust, seeping through it. So it was not as good of quality as you would say. But I don't think it's the quality of the camera that matters. It's the quality of the content that really matters.
And for those who have been making content consistently, right? So Shayla's been putting out her beauty whatnot and get ready with me and welcome to my YouTube channel. And I've been consistent for a good minute now. However, I'm in a place where I don't know how to attract brands. I mean, you've worked with high-end brands such as BMW, such as Puma, Coca-Cola, just to mention a few. How do you begin to foster relationships with these brands?
Well, my strategy is different because other people just organically attract brands. But if you're somebody who's very, I would say, intentional with what you want to do, simply DMing or just trying to stay in touch with the brand that you want to work with, or just let's say for example, I want to work with a hairbrush company. I would just take that product, use it on a daily, shoot content way beforehand, and then by the time I DM them for proposal or tell them that this is what I do, these are the numbers that do, I'd like to be in a conversation with you guys to do a collaboration. And how I keep that relationship strong with brands that I do manage to work with is I just give it my all, man. I don't go there for the bag. I don't go there thinking, I've got all these millions of followers and now whatever. I go there and I outwork myself. I'm there always early. I make sure that the marketing team sees me. I overcompensate in the content because I'm trying to establish those relationships in the beginning of my approach with them. And yeah, just staying good, just staying clean as well kind of does help. And we attend PR events, which kind of helps with other brands seeing that, okay, this person is working with these guys, so there must be a level of trust with this brand. And when you get to these events, there's other creators, which creates opportunities for collaboration. And when one name is mentioned, your name is mentioned in the same conversations. So it's just a bunch of things because talent alone is not enough. You have to put yourself out there like any other job hunting. If I want to be an accountant, I must put my CV on LinkedIn, I must make sure it's updated, I must always update, put my references, put who I've worked with, etc., etc.
PD jokes, there's this argument or there's this school of thought that says, Bona, 2,000 followers is nothing. Okay, so don't even try and approach brands. Just sit down, grow the audience. And it sort of leaves one discouraged because you post a video and then you get 7 likes, and then you post another video and then you get 12 likes, and then you post listen, you worked hard on this one, you edited, you brought in all kinds of gimmicks, and then no one likes it, and you get 7 views, just 7 views. Firstly, when do we know that we have the platform to approach brands as nano influencers, micro influencers, and the like? And secondly, how do we keep consistent when sometimes the algorithm isn't favoring your content?
I think to answer the second question is that it is, the algorithm is your best friend. The algorithm sometimes could be a lot of people's downfalls, so that's why it's important to stay within your insights, know exactly when your people are online, and also use the insights to study what kind of videos do better than the other one. Because if I were you, I would rather focus on the video that got 12 views than the one that got 7. Because why did the extra people watch the other one? There's something that you did there. So just study your analytics, and that will tell you what you need to know. And also, what was the first part of your question?
It was about being an influencer with nano followers. So this is between, I don't even know if nano includes the hundreds or 1,000, So when is it the right time to approach a brand? How many followers do I need before I go and say, hey, listen, brand X, I'd love to work with you?
I think it depends on the brand, depending on what the brand wants. I would sometimes get to events where there's like mega influencers with millions of followers. Within the same room, there are influencers who just arrived. Like someone, I don't even know them myself. I'm like, when I was keep on now, because when I engage with people and you collaborate, I'm like, okay, so what do you do? I'm like, I'm a beauty influencer. I'm like, let me see your Instagram. When I get there, I'm like, 6 followers. No, I like the brand and I work with them and I take them, and the brand sees the value, because sometimes we need that authenticity, because sometimes mega influencers can oversell a product even if they don't use it. So brands are really smart in how they approach. They still get people who are ordinary, normal, and maybe sometimes it could be budget restraints from the brand. So I would say to people with below 10,000 followers that don't give up. I mean, I started working with brands when I had 5,000 followers, so I don't think The amount of followers really determines what you can do, but there's certain things that you can do to help you increase your numbers, so that at least now Bagbies every day, if I can say that. But the number of followers sometimes does matter, but not all the time. So anybody has an opportunity, everybody has a chance, and as long as you see and envision yourself as somebody who deserves to be in that space and you belong there and you work hard, I think the universe will respond and you just get exactly what you need.
Some commentary coming through straight out at 254 saying you can have 1 million views, but only 10 people buy your product. And then a question coming in here from Sihle Mantini saying, how can a nurse like me have a catchy pitch on TikTok? And who would my brand target?
As a nurse, right?
Yes.
That is very interesting. So if I'm a brand strategist and there's a nurse who's talking about, first of all, like, you could work with any other brand that has to do with pharmaceutical companies, for example. You know, just the other day we did a campaign with Discam, right? If you are a nurse, I think your content could be around like teachable content around stuff. There's so many brands that are within, the pharmacy, the aisle. You find Vicks, you find Strepsils,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? So as a nurse, you've got much more information in terms of medicine and health. So that's really, really important. There's so many brands that I'm thinking about. Because the one time a friend told me that if you don't know what brand you need to work with, just walk into a shopping center, a spa. As you walk in the aisle, all those things that you see there are brands. So if I'm walking past Twin Saver or Knickknacks, whatever the case might be, there's an opportunity for me to work with any of those brands. So same as a nurse, you've got a lot of information in terms of like in the space of health. So you could start teaching people things that we don't know, bring facts, compare products and say, as a nurse, I would really recommend a ginger Vicks compared to the chakalaka flavored one. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and if we find that information very, very useful, I think brands will see and start using you for that. So yeah, example about someone who used to do taste alcohol taste, tasting different types of alcohol until a specific brand say, hey man, we like the review you did. You matched us up with another company, but here's your own campaign on this specific alcohol beverage, so to speak. So it's really about finding opportunities, supply and demand, providing something that people need, and then you just be the supplier basically. So Sister Ness, show us everything that we don't know. Why is grandpa better than Panado, and why do you use it? Do you grind your Panado? Do you sniff your grandpa's?
Wait a minute.
There's an opportunity there for you, my sister. So do it. Be known as the TikTok nurse. That's a belief. Or start reacting to people's ask TikTok questions or videos that they do. People ask some really, really weird stuff on TikTok, and you could be the person who's teaching them and say, "Oh, okay, let's all egg." Like, my sister, it's not even stress. You're just not drinking enough water, or as a nurse, or you could be anything. Okay, nurse. When you're on break, just focus on those ideas, and also ask AI. AI can help you generate ideas. That's why I use AI to advantage. Don't be scared of AI. ChatGPT is a free app that you can use. It can help you come up with concepts. Type there, as a nurse, what type of content can I produce and I create, and it helps you. We don't have to think so much anymore. There's AI that really helps and kind of fastens or quickens the process of trying to come up with ideas.
That time my sister's my brother. But anyway, it's all right. It's all right. I'm going to ask a question concerning one of the most creative brands you've seen, right? So what is a brand, and by brand I mean person brand, that you've seen that has articulated and sort of taken over social media, doing something that no one really thought of doing, something minor but transformational?
Let me just think. I've worked with so many people that are quite exceptional. I mean, if I mention names like your Primo 19, he's doing absolutely amazing things. He can take such a simple song and give you a whole story, comedic, genius, his sense of collaboration. People like your William KRM, he's absolutely amazing what he does, and everything he does just takes it to another level. You can take an idea that is just as small and you can just turn it to something big, and I'm just like, why didn't I think of that? My AI is glitchy, AI is learning too much art. or this AI. I don't know, something, man. But I love creators like that, and people like what's his name, Limpopo Boy, who's taken dance creation into another level. He's doing things overseas, collaborating. He's showing us that white people actually have rhythm. I mean, what do you mean you're dancing with white people, my brother? Not saying they couldn't dance, but to dance to African rhythm and Amapiano specifically is something that's just bizarre that I think many content creators who are dance creators could learn from.
The voice there of Prince Dube, better known as PD Jokes, joining us this evening. We're chatting all things opportunities to scale up and introduce another income stream to your offering. Of course, looking at the prospects of social media content creation. PD Jokes, we have sort of come to the end of this conversation. However, we must quiz you. It's a Friday, so we like having fun. Okay, so I'm going to prepare you mentally. We take a bit of a breather right now, giving you an opportunity to breathe in and out as you prepare for a quiz. And it will not be about social media. We're going to be flipping the script and looking at your knowledge on comedy and the African landscape when it comes to comedy. So that comes your way in a short bit. It is 6 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African time. If you have just joined us, we are currently in conversation with PD Jokes, who is a man who wears very many hats in this industry. And one hat that we were zooming lens into is that of his social media content creation and brand strategist, a sort of hat. And so we were looking at how we can make money and maximize on this ever-growing industry as it stands at this present moment. However, we are flipping the script because it's time to gauge how much PD Jokes knows on jokes concerning the continent. So are you ready for me?
I mean, I was born ready, I guess.
Come on. All right. Question number 1. Who was the first African woman to have had a stand-up comedy special on Netflix?
The first one.
The first
South
one.
Africa.
In South Africa.
Look, even if you guys say I'm wrong, you are wrong. Because if it's not Celeste Ntuli, then you are wrong.
No.
Oh,
You are It's you're fighting for your life. You are wrong, my brother. It's yes, Dubi Waraka. Well done. Well, I'll give you half a point. Yeah?
Okay, I'll take that.
Question number 2. Which Nigerian comedian is best known for using wide mouth filter in their social media skits?
Oh my gosh, what's his name? He likes to do skits and his name is here. He likes to do like audition type of skits and content.
I know who you're talking about, but it's not him.
Oh,
Think of the wide mouth filter, right? It's now moved to TikTok. It was on Snapchat. And this particular comedian loves using that wide mouth filter.
a wide mouth. Don't say wide mouth. Okay. I don't know.
So I'm
I don't
going
know.
to, shall I
say
give
mouth.
you options?
Okay.
All right. Option A, basket mouth. B, Francis Odega. C, Lasisi Ilenu. Or D, SLK.
Say when in doubt, choose D.
D. Is that your final answer?
D, yes. D for Daniel.
Well, not today. Not today. You were looking for Lasisu Ilenu, and that is the comedian who sort of branded their signature with that wide mouth Snapchat filter and exaggerated rants. Okay? Question number 3, Mr. PD. Let's look at late night news with Loyiso Gola. This debuted in South Africa, of course, but in which year? I'm going to give you options. Option A, 2005, B, 2010, C, 2015, or D, 2020.
It's not A or D. It's either 2010 because let me guess 2010. Because 2015 just sounds like yesterday. Because I don't think, is it over 10 years old? I'm just gonna look. Like I said again, if it's not 2010, you guys are wrong.
What were you doing in 2010? There's a confidence you have. I want to gauge. What were you doing?
I was in matric.
And you are correct. Well done. Listen, 2.5. Okay. Two and a half is what you currently have, yeah?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right. Question number 4. Which comedian started South Sudan's first regular live comedy show in Juba after the Civil War? Your option A, or rather your options. Option A, Isaac Anthony Lumori. Option B, Eddie Kadi. Option C, Chad Nzengu. Or option D, Loiso Gola.
I'll say Chad.
Chad Nzengu.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that your final answer?
I feel like you want me to say A, but I'm sticking with Chad.
Ish, and I wanted you to say A.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not know this name. I was just like, which surname sounds Sudanese here?
Oh, no. So out of 4, we have 2.5. That's not bad. That's not bad.
For your next interview, put me in the quiz. Ask them something about me. Absolutely. We will definitely do that. Question number 5. What is one of the biggest challenges that comedians face in Africa despite the low startup costs? Okay. Option A, frequent travel demands. B, weak pay and lack of protections. C, too many competitors. Or D, government censorship. Oh, that's a good one. I'm not gonna answer this based on that Q&A you have there in front of you. I'm gonna answer this based on my experience in the comedy scene, and it's a big one because I also experienced this in a form of content creation in my mind that I'm doing stand-up. I'm just gonna say censorship is a big one for comics. I think cancel culture has made it. I could be wrong, but censorship.
And that is indeed correct, because we are looking at the landscape of the African continent and not just South Africa. And you'll realize that there are certain presidents that don't want you messing with them like that. Right? There's certain governments, if you try them, they will try you even harder. Anyway, question number 6. Which comedian is dubbed the Queen of Zulu comedy? This I'm not going to give you options for.
Celeste.
Are you sure?
Celeste and the big dudes. Celeste. Because she's the queen of comedy in Africa, per se.
All right, correct indeed. Question number 7. Which Nigerian comedian released the Netflix stand-up special titled T Tortella in 2023?
No options?
Options: A, Basketmouth. B, Francis Odega. C, SLK. Or D, Lasisi Inlenu.
I didn't pick Lasisi once and I regret my options. I regretted my choices. So I'm going to say Lasisi. A wild guess.
Are you really sure about that decision making?
It's A. Lasisi was just because I heard the name before. Whoever A was.
Whoever. This is worse than I thought. Are you sure about that?
You didn't hear me properly. I said B.
Wow. For the fact that you chose A, B, and D and still got it wrong, that's almost miraculous. That
after B. What's going on with this line, guys?
I never. I can't believe you got all of them wrong. We move on. We were looking for SLK. He is the one behind Tito Tella that explores taboo topics with bold humor. And this premiered on Netflix in April 2023. Question number 8. Which comedic medium in Uganda uses Luganda commentary to localize and humorize Hollywood films? Do you want options?
Please, at this point, I'm blank.
Okay, so option A, stand-up clubs. B, puppetry. C, video jockeys. Or D, radio drama.
I'll say video jockeys. It's just the only thing that kind of links me to the question, to be fair. This one I can get wrong. I was wrong here. Here I was wrong.
That was correct. Well done.
No, I was wrong for doubting myself. That's what I meant. I don't know what you heard.
At this point, PD, I'm giving up on you. At this point, I'm giving up on you. Everything you think is right is wrong. Everything you think is wrong is right. Okay, question number 9. Hopefully you'll choose what you think is wrong, and then you'll get both of them right. Okay? Question number 9. Which South African which South African comedic is most known or most associated with political satire and commentary on post-apartheid youth? Okay, we're looking for the comedian who addresses political satire and commentary on post-apartheid youth. Okay, so I'm going to go with Loyiso Gola, Dylan Oliphant, Conrad Knock, or Nick Rabinowitz.
Who was the first one?
Loyiso Gola.
Loyiso. Does he? Because I thought Trevor would be on the list, right? So,
Fair.
most of the I would say Trevor. I would say, I'm gonna say Loyiso. Even though I can't really class or categorize, I would say Loyiso without any explanation. I'm not second guessing.
Well done. You see, I told you when you think it's wrong, it's right. You see, keep on thinking that way. Keep on thinking that way. Well done to you, sir.
I'm with you.
Question number 10, the last one. Listen, we are out of this. We are putting you out of your misery. It's the very last one. Okay. I'm going to be asking you about Thenjiwe Moselei and her becoming famous by posting the Zulu language comedy videos online. The question is around the year. Which year did she blow up? A, 2000, B, 2005, C, 2008, or D, 2012?
– 2012.
Are you sure? You sounded too confident. I told you, you have to doubt it a little bit, then it works.
Look, because it can't be later than 2012. So whatever the answer is before. It's either 2012 or then. So I know. Has it been around for that long? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I must stick with 2012 so that I know I can remember this next time.
I'm going to give you one more time. One more chance. Hurry, just rethink this. One more time, please.
What was it? 2012, what are the other options?
You have 2000, 2005, 2008, or 2012.
2008.
2008. Is that your final answer?
Yes, final answer.
All right. I'm going to count you down. 3, 2, 1. That is indeed the correct answer. You see? Did you see? Well done to you. Well done to you. How are we feeling?
One special, so I appreciate whoever that angel was who helped me with the clues. Okay.
All right. Do you want to know your final score?
9 out of 10 for sure.
I'm sorry?
9 out of 10.
Yeah, no. I can tell we're dreaming now. The final score is, I'm going to count it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. Well done. 6.5 is not bad. That's 65%.
Not bad. It's not bad. Pass my results.
PD Jokes, thank you so much for joining us this evening. This has been a pleasure. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, and also thank you for having some fun with us.
thank you so much for having me. And a big thank you to all the viewers who sent in the questions. And hope you guys are good. If not, be good at it.
It is 18 minutes, in actual fact, 19 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African time. His name is Prince Dube. He's also noted as PD Jokes, and he joined us this evening. And we were looking at the potential, the possibility to sort of get our slice of the pie from this lucrative industry that is the social media landscape, ever growing, with fairly 3.5 hours a day spent on social media by South Africans. And we're looking at a total of 384 million participants just in the African continent when it comes to social media consumption. And so this is an ever booming industry. How are you getting your slice is the question. Just a few notes that PD Jokes gave us. I think one that stood out for me is you need to enjoy what you're doing. Don't go and create content that you yourself do not like making. Okay? If you don't like cooking, don't do it. I know that there are brands that you perhaps feel that you want to best align to, and you're saying, Shayla, listen, I'm going to learn how to cook. If it's not something that intrinsically stimulates you, it is not for you. Another thing that stood out for me was research. As much as content creation may seem like the ordinary Joe's experiences in life, research is important. Know when your people are online. Know the insights of each and every single video that you're putting out so as to be able to better grow and better structure your brand as a whole. Just to name a few tips and tricks that PD Jokes gave us. For now, we jet back into the music.